I started out in January, and people were telling me months ago, come on, play. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna play this stupid kids game. Once I played with a couple of my friends, I was completely hooked, man. Oh my God, this game is freaking, it's really, 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 really,
I
really
see the draw to it.
translational.
I won't like personally. I think it's like I can't. Phantom Pain did me in, dude. I have trouble now with online games after Phantom Pain.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
Phantom Pain kind of burnt me out. Ugh.
After Phantom Pain, I pretty much stopped playing games for a while because I was really burned out. It was like, it was bad. It was just like, I mean, we've been playing the same map, same everything, same people for such a long time, and then
Yeah.
going back and playing all these other stupid games, it was just like, yeah, I'm not used to this crap. Let me play some single
It
player
was.
games.
I say that with Phantom Pain. It was like a life ruiner game because it was like you always had to be like hooked into it because you had the mother base and then you had to fight people.
No,
Ugh.
we really went too ham, to be honest. That's the
Yeah.
only thing we spent our whole life on during
Yeah.
that time.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was great game, but very time consuming. If we would have strained so much as like trying to learn a new language during that time, we could have probably learned a whole new language
Yeah.
by then. There's
You
people
at
that
the
put
end.
in 1,500 hours in that game, man. It was intense. Like I've seen people with like 1,500 hours. I'm like, where do you get this time? I've been working full time for like a year, and I don't even have that much
They don't
time.
sleep. I don't think they're sleeping. I don't think they're. I
Yeah,
literally,
man,
that's what I think it is.
it's-
They just don't sleep. They're. I had that happen to me in Phantom Pain, where it's just I would lose days of sleep over it. Bad. See, this game's it's like Phantom Pain, but just like a more chill version of
I thought you were playing Overwatch anyway.
No, like, a toaster me was playing Overwatch.
it. Clearing out these zombies in here.
I thought you were toasted.
What?
What did you say? Did you say you were playing Overwatch?
Oh my God, did I say Overwatch or Fortnite?
Overwatch.
Oh my God, yeah, I also started playing Overwatch. My friends bought it, so they just gave it to me for free, so I started playing it. But yeah, I play Fortnite and Overwatch. Yeah, not consistently, but I play it.
Yeah, I play Overwatch.
Did you guys hear about this thing? This like the feminists tried to start this organization called Bully Hunters in online video games. Like they were gonna pay people to like log in and curb bullying by killing them online. It's like some really weird shit.
I've heard of some very autistic things, but these feminists, man, I'm telling you, they're gonna destroy the world. They're already starting out. They're doing pretty good by
Yeah.
screwing everybody up.
The funny thing is they always lose though. Like every endeavor they have, they like it becomes unsuccessful. Like they try to get Hillary in, Hillary Shilton. That failed. They tried to make everyone hate Trump. That failed.
Wait,
Everyone-
wait,
everyone
well, are you
does
a
hate
Trump
Trump.
supporter though?
I'm like the thing with me is both of them were. See, I can understand where Trump comes from, but because Trump did this thing that I like.
No.
No, not with immigration, but with business. Not immigration. Immigration, I don't really give a fuck about. But it was that immigrate. It was the capitalist stuff, like saving like not giving out our money all the time. I understand that, right? I understand the capitalist
Yeah, but come
aspect
on,
of it.
like wasting billions of dollars putting up a wall. You know the actual wall. I mean, there's a sea by it, so people can just walk around there or dig a hole and go below. There's no
Yeah.
way to stop them. I mean,
He
there's
said he wasn't gonna.
ladders.
He said he was gonna. I don't know. Probably get the UN or Mexico to pay for it, but it wasn't. It
Nah,
wasn't that. It
they're not
was
gonna pay that. Even the
they ain't gonna pay it.
The Mexican president, Valar, I think that's his name is.
He said we
whatever.
ain't paying for the fucking wall. Yeah.
He ain't paying for the fucking wall.
But no. But the thing I do understand because I think you do need a wall because Mexico has a wall and other countries have a wall on their border.
I would no, yeah. They have walls, but this is the thing. I wouldn't think a wall will fix it. I think controlling the wall better would be better.
Yeah.
But just more staff there, more technology, spending more money on. Like for example, look at this. Those rockets that we sent to Syria.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
That was not only immensely retarded, but with that money, we could have ended homelessness in the United States, right? They literally made the count with the amount of rockets. Each rocket comes, I don't know how many billions. I have a screenshot of that. We could have literally ended homelessness in America with that.
He started a war with Russia and China too. That's the thing a lot of people aren't talking about. That technically started the international incident with China and
wait,
Russia.
let me tell you another thing. Oh my goodness. You want to hear something? This is where Trump constantly contradicts himself. Look at this.
Yeah.
I want to read this out loud to you. This is Trump. This is literally what Trump is saying. Let me see if I got that screenshot if I didn't delete it. Tell me I didn't delete it. Yeah, I deleted it. Okay, selection 20.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't have it. Basically, there was 3 tweets from Donald Trump. He's like, it was 3 years ago. He's like, Obama's messing up our country. We shouldn't get involved in other people's business. We're wasting too much money.
Yeah. Starting a war with Syria is bad news, but then he starts a war with Syria.
Yeah. What a retard.
He is a complete retard.
That's an international incident, man. That's a
That was even worse. That was just like completely retarded.
And they said they're gonna.
Gave me autism.
And
I
China said.
personally think he doesn't understand his own lies. When he lies, I think he honestly believes them.
Oh, he does. Oh, I mentioned the book that this guy wrote. Trump was trying to sue him. One of the guys that was working with him, one of his special guys, he wrote a book about how Donald Trump was in the White House. The guy is a maniac. You guys know his diet? It's like burgers.
He eats garbage. Yeah.
For breakfast, a liter of Diet Coke, a liter, with 4 hamburgers, and then for dinner, eats the Burger King just like this, without the bread. It's just ketchup and the actual hamburger. It's retarded, man. You're a million. What are you eating? Garbage. And then like the prostitute that he banged while he was with this woman. I mean, this guy's a disaster.
His wife is a prostitute, man. I seen pictures of her eating pussy, dude. Like posing.
What?
Yeah,
Wait a minute,
Melania Trump was posing lesbian pictures. She eating fucking pussy. That's the first lady.
A mess when we choose a president that can really tell everybody to go fuck themselves and make fun of people with our handicap, like they get away with that crap. Like, this thing that America is in with this, like white people with taking courses, like walking around touching kids, like come on.
Yo, you know what's the worst I've seen? You know what's the worst I've seen? And I saw it in Fox News yesterday. I'm fucking sitting there. You guess what they said? Someone called Trump anti-American, and this Fox News guy says, well, we never heard a Republican called Obama anti-American. I'm like, nigga, are you fucking serious? For 8 years, that's all the fuck I heard. For 8 years, that's all the fuck I ever heard.
You know when nobody stood up when Donald Trump was speaking and he called them treacherous and liars? And then you see when Mike Pence was saying that too, but there were videos of literally Obama speaking and Mike Pence was sitting there and like with his arms crossed. I'm like,
Yeah.
people are retarded.
You know, if they wanted to say the N-word, they were thinking it.
I mean, Obama, in my opinion, I mean, I don't really know much about his politics, but to be honest, he was the best president out there. I mean,
He got a lot done, and you know what? With Trump here, I haven't got my fucking taxes yet, man. What the fuck is that? This is the first time taxes have been this late, and it's them paying us that's taking long.
Man,
Not the other way around.
Really in a bunch. He hasn't done anything. No, I understand what you said, but yeah, we haven't gotten done anything these past. Like everything he said he was gonna do is nothing. He pretty much got done. Like this is really like pissing me off. Like
They're talking. I was watching Fox News, and they're talking. He had a golf game with the Japan Prime Minister, and they were like saying it was such a great thing. I'm like, nigga, just playing golf. He didn't do nothing. He's just playing golf with fucking Japan.
Wait a minute. You remember when he was talking crap about how Obama spent his like time just playing around golfing? This guy really like we went overboard with the deficit for the paying the special service because he was playing golf. He really ran out of PTO. What I call, out of lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Like, less in a year. Like, you know, Obama, he really did in 4 months what Obama did in his like 4 years, which is crazy. Like, like you really like just started the presidency and you already have a vacation time. Like that's autistic. Like somebody.
He's not getting anything done. It's insane.
And what's funny, we voted for him, so it's like our own fault.
I don't even vote, man. I tell people all the time, I'm what you would call anarcho-capitalist. I think if you have a good idea, you should be able to run with it. And if it makes money, then you succeed. If it doesn't, the government ain't gonna bail you out. You're on your own. That's how I think it should be run. You have a good idea, then we'll see if it works. Go ahead. If it don't work, you're accountable. In America, they don't do that. America, if they like you, they'll bail you out using taxpayer dollars.
Yeah. You know, Donald Trump even said it in a statement. I'm smart. I don't have to pay taxes.
Yeah.
And then you see all these like IRS coming out after people for like $1,000, going to jail for that amount of money, and these rich people don't pay any taxes. I mean, this is ridiculous.
They call that an old boys club. Oh, fuck.
I mean, I'm not making fun of America. America's a great country. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it is.
But I mean, these socialist countries, man, they're doing so good. Scandinavia, like,
the thing is, you know why they're doing good? Because if you go to Russia or Scandinavia or these other places, we know the demographic there. They can be like, oh no, this is our home country. We belong here, right? When I ask you what's an American, what do you think of?
It's a melting pot, but then again, come on, man.
It's a melting pot. Yeah, it's a melting pot, but who actually does the land belong to?
The Native Americans, I guess.
If I went to China and I applied for social assistance, they wouldn't give it to me because I'm not Chinese. But if I come from another country and say I'm an American, I can easily get social assistance immediately. America's a weird country like that. It's other countries you go to, if you're a naturalized citizen, you get the benefits. Of America, they give to anyone who passes a test and pays for their green card.
Yeah, but then again, you know, people are paying a lot of tax money. So this is the thing. You know, if you become an American citizen, you have basically this is the modern draft, which a lot of people don't know. You know, if you have financial aid in school, you can be drafted easily because you sign a waiver stating, hey, we're going to help you around with this college money that you're getting paid with, but if something goes down, we need your assistance, so you're going to go to war. It says it right there. Actually, when I got out naturalized, which was about almost a year ago, almost a year ago, it really said a paper, hey, you need to sign up for like for military service if you got to, right? Yeah, you have to. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine. They also included the paper that I signed in my college time. You know, fine and good, but that you caught by a bomb. There's always some bullshit. There's always some bullshit behind it. Nobody will give you free money for nothing, not even the government. There is some bullshit.
But it's just that's the weird thing. They don't. The thing is, they're not going through the same thing because, in the end of the day, they're better connected here than people just coming in. You know what I mean? That's the sad part.
You know what? When people have told me to get out of my country. People have actually told me that. But what's funny is like, you need to get out of this country. This is not your country.
That's what I'm saying. If you went to the suburbs and you ask someone what's an American, the first thing they're gonna picture is an Anglo-Saxon. They're gonna picture white tiki torch guy. You go anywhere else, they might picture Native American, or they might say, the indigenous people, like Mexicans. They're indigenous to the continent of America. You know what I mean? That's why it's one of those weird things. It's like who in the end of the day, if you went to Russia, Putin says Russia is for Russians. You go to China, they have a similar philosophy. They don't accept this globalism shit. They're very protective of their borders and their people. In America, it's like a business. They protect who they want to protect. They help out who they want to help out. They don't help out everyone.
No, if it's in their interest, they'll help, but...
It has to be in the bottom line. It has to be part of the bottom line.
People are telling Mexicans to get out, but to be honest, well, the Mexicans, they're stealing our jobs. They're taking the jobs that we don't want. That's the thing. Those jobs, if you do the job, like agricultural jobs, no white guy is going to take no damn... No black guy.
The son will eat them up. The son will eat them. Actually, you know what? If you talk about agriculture, you got to talk the first agriculture jobs here were slaves, technically.
Right?
They weren't doing it. They were forced into it.
This is really the only country that was founded by the termination of one race. Wait, actually, the enslavement of one race and the killing of another. Like literally, like we thrived on destroying this, like a completely different race. Like we literally came in, killed everybody, and then we took other people and they took them here to work. And we literally, like, the Native American had it the worst, to be honest.
Yeah.
And
It was
like black people.
yeah.
Literally, the Native Americans were so freaking friendly. They literally helped them how to grow, how to farm, how to hunt.
You know what?
And they said, "Oh, screw you. Let's take our land, rape your women." This Indian Trail?
Yeah. It was Trail of Tears.
Trail of Tears.
Andrew Jackson.
Yeah,
Andrew Jackson. Yeah. America's built on that philosophy. It's like it's industrialized, but then at the same time, it's enslaving people. Even to this day, they still enslave people. Slavery didn't go anywhere. They lock people up.
Black people.
They lock people up. It's not just black people, man. They do it to Spanish, Native. They're still doing fucked up shit to Native Americans here. They had this thing.
Remember the lead pipe, the pipe, whatever.
Yeah, the pipe, and then it poisoned their drinking water. It did what the Native Americans thought it was gonna do.
And they're shrinking their reservations, which is crazy. And actually, a lot of the times they broke in the Treaty of Reservations where they just take land and like screw you.
Yeah.
Like, so many unconstitutional crap that they're doing. This is like crazy. And they know it. Like they have this publicly. Like they don't care. They don't try to cover it up. It's just like, yeah, we're doing it.
It's three races and actually when you think about it, they're kind of all the same race because it's their native peoples, right? They're native peoples to the continent. So you got the Native Americans, the Mexicans, Africans were brought over. Well, they weren't even. I can't even really consider them Africans because originally they were when Rome sacked Jerusalem. That pushed a lot of people down into Africa, and then those people were captured and then sold as slaves.
But this is the thing. Let me tell you something right now. What I started noticing a lot black people have been trying to find their own identity since their identity was pretty much on. Pretty much black people, they don't know where they come from. You know, they're either African or, you know, this or that, but they don't really know where they come from. So they're trying to find this identity. A lot of the times they're trying to say they're true Israelites, and I'm like, let me stop you. You don't, like, have you had a blood test to see where you're living?
You have to. Yeah, you do need. I say the only way you can know if you're a Hebrew or Israelite is you have to. It's the blood test, but also, you know, you in the Bible they say you're gonna suffer. Yeah, the Bible says you'll suffer curses though for not following commandments, and you're an Israelite. Like, you know, that's why they say, you know, black people ain't supposed to eat pork. You ever heard that shit before? Like black people ain't supposed to eat pork. We die, like, they die too quick when they eat pork. They eat pork and they die immediately. Like God trying to smite them. Like, nigga, what I tell you about eating that pork?
but it's really sad, man, because it's just like all these people thinking that there's something that they're not, and they're just pretty much trying to find their identity. To be honest, it's just like everything was taken from them. I completely understand. You pretty much brought in here. You don't know who you are. You have white people named you. Like your last name is William. What kind of damn African name is that? Like William. Like,
but you gotta remember, they didn't. Yeah, that's the slave name.
That's like your master has put you that name.
The worst one, the saddest one is when they cling to Islam, and Islam was the main people that was hunting them. The ones who sold them into slavery. It was Muslims sold them into slavery.
Which is crazy. They claim Muslims. They're like, yeah, Allah, man. I'm like, Allah, what, man? Like,
I know.
Like, I just wanted to take a blood test, and they're probably from New Guinea or something like that.
Yeah. They're native
you know,
people.
Like all the way like all the way at the bottom. Like, it's just like, man, it's sad. I understand it's trying to find, like, even for mixed people, like us, it's like, man, I'm like, am I white? Am I black? But if you say you're white, you're like, no, you're not white. If you say you're black, no, you're not.
You're never white. You're never white enough or black enough for people when you're mixed.
Yeah, man, which sucks a lot of the times. But I thought I'm just like, man, I'm mixed. Screw you. You know, that's what I am. What can you do?
The way I found out I was Hebrew was freaking a lot of my family came, my dad's side, fled freaking Germany.
My dad's grandfather is from Israel. I could be Palestinian, I could be, you know, like Captain Anthony, you could be possibly.
You see dude, if you see my dad, he has that fucking Jew, you know, the Jew fro? You ever heard that term before? Yeah, he has one of those. He looks like, you can tell somewhere in his lineage there was black people, even though he's German.
No, let me tell you something. My parents, like my dad, everyone from my mom's side is white. Like Isaac, not Isaac. What was his name of the? I keep forgetting his name.
Which one?
What's it called? The guy that was the lineage. Jeez, he was like blonde.
Jacob.
Whatever person. Jacob, yeah.
No, not Jacob. Jacob wasn't blonde. Jacob was hard.
Yeah, no, Esau. No, I think
Esau's the bad one. Esau's the bad. Esau was a what you call it, like red skin, not even white.
Man, I keep forgetting. Whatever. That guy, like my mom's family is like super white. My mom is like super pale with green eyes, like her eye color changes. But my parents, like they're black. I mean, from my dad's side, they're black, but it's like they have that Jewish though. Like they're black, but like my dad is super black, but he has like skinny lips. Like they literally look like black Middle Easterns. Like they literally look like in hijab, you know. But they look like, you get me? It's just like it's weird. It's weird. Yeah.
It's,
that's why
in the end of the day,
the
thing is, the only thing that makes me nervous with the blood saliva test is I don't even fucking trust them to give me the right answer.
You don't think?
I don't know. I don't know, because it seems like there's too much they benefit from just keeping you in a state of ignorance. You know what I mean?
I got it. Depends on corporate companies, but there's freelance companies that do it for you. These are all natural companies where they're trying to find your linen. I mean, it's true. They really train into every, not just like after you're from Africa, no, like they give you percentages of all the regions in the world and what percentage you're on. That's, which is super cool, man.
Maybe I might look into it. It's just that
Oh man, I've seen it. It's so good, man. You really, if you really look into
what it is I'm wondering if they're, because I want them to trace the father, because you know how it is, like between men is you carry that Y chromosome through the generations. That's
what they do. That's exactly what they do.
It can't be the, because I know a lot of people, they try to go off of what the women were. It's like the women are just they're just mitochondria.
But this is the thing, they don't only take your sample, but some of them take your parents' sample so they can do it more accurately.
Yeah.
So it's even better. You gotta find the right one. But yeah, man, it's definitely worth it. I definitely gotta do it.
You know, it's the thing that makes you nervous too, is they might look at it like this, like, oh, we tell him his true nationality, then they're like, oh wait, we might owe this nigga something. You know what I mean? They're like, nah, don't tell him. Fuck that. You know what I'm talking about. You know how the white people are going to be like, oh man, we got to include him in our will now? Fuck that. Don't tell him shit. I'm not here. No one's home. Some shit like that. I don't know.
Yo, I laughed so hard sometimes that
Good. Oh man, why do you need to build?
man, I literally had, I literally remember this thing you told me a couple of months before I was diagnosed. It's actually about 7 months. I started telling you I had this problem where I couldn't sleep and I can't wake in the middle of the night.
Oh yeah.
Then I have irritable bowel syndrome, and out of nowhere, I had the healthiest point in my life. If I show you pictures, you're gonna say that that's not you. I was literally like 190 pounds, shredded with either fiber big. Everybody was like, man, what are you thinking? Like literally I was healthy, right? And then out of nowhere, boom, I didn't poop for a week. And then I had this weird pooping symptoms, and I had pain in my stomach. I had a colonoscopy and everything. Literally couldn't, my gastroenterologist was like, I can't find anything. This is the first time I don't know what's going on with my body. And we found out I have pretty much irritable bowel syndrome, which like I'm super constipated and I have pains in my colon, which is like debilitating, which is crazy.
Yeah, shit,
yeah, man.
They said, I heard, yeah, man, that interrupted sleep. They say that's symptoms of health problem. That's how your body's trying to tell you. Yeah, your body trying to tell you something.
Man, but it's crazy. Now I have this illness, man, which is like, man, I wouldn't. No, and what's crazy, no one in my family has this, which is like, it sucks. But hey, I mean, it's not like unmanageable, but it's not like, hey, I'm freaking happy. It sucks, but you know, you get allowed to living with that crap. Yeah. So I can't stop drinking, taking my turmeric or my probiotic. If not, like I'll be in pain, like literally, like on the floor pain.
Turmeric's good. Turmeric's good for you.
It helps with the inflammation, man. I literally had to learn this by myself, like trial and error. What I should be taking, what I should be eating, what I should not be eating.
I had I remember I was younger, I suffered from asthma very bad, and I started doing, when I got older, I started realizing a lot of ailments can be cured through circulation, just, you know, getting oxygen pumped through your blood and your body more quickly. Like I do a lot of stretching, yoga, tai chi, all that stuff just to, you know, move your body around, because a lot of times you think the muscles and all this stuff is keeping you healthy, but really if it impedes your circulation, even if it looks good, it's damaging you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a difference between looking good and being healthy. I started I actually lost a lot of weight. I started doing soccer now. Get into soccer. I get pretty,
Yeah,
I got
everybody's
pretty
been
good
getting.
at
I
it.
also have been getting into soccer. Man, this World Cup has got everybody like
Oh
freaking
man.
playing.
And I was playing because I used to play hacky sack a lot when I was back in the day. So you know, it gets you ready for soccer. I play in the park with my son a lot. I got a new son coming. My new
Yeah, you
boy,
told me.
Jacob. Yeah.
You call him Jacob? Nice.
Yeah. He's a big guy. He's a big
Yeah.
boy. He's a big boy in there. I felt that's the first time last night I felt him kick.
Really?
Yeah,
It must
felt
be
it.
so exciting.
It is. Your heart jumps when you first feel him move around in there. When you first feel the kick, feel a little strong kick. You're like, oh, okay. That's a future Pele right there. Felt that kick. Oh, you got it? Did I get it or did you get it?
I think you did.
I didn't even see it coming.
After you fucked it up, that is.
I didn't fuck it up that bad, but I still got it.
Only because they don't get destroyed when you disrupt them.
Oh,
Here's
shit,
left it
they're
me,
trying to...
Steve.
I didn't know you were there. I would have left it to you. Fuck, we got a mortar up. You got another grenade turret you can put down?
The grenade turret's still there. He's getting hit by it. He must be defending himself against it.
Okay, yeah. I had to knock him back. I think he stepped forward a little bit. I knocked him back and took him out.
Oh, it's a machine gun turret. It's not a freaking grenade turret.
He wasn't even getting hit. He was too far forward. What's going on in here? Oh shit, they're taking these defenses down in here.
I think shit. I'm putting another grenade turret up to get this fucking mortar.
I'm handling them down here. Yeah,
Who's hitting the drill?
no one. Oh, someone's there. What the hell? He's just standing there. You got him?
The guy's dead on the ground.
Fucking itch. No. I don't know how the fuck he died. They already broke through the thing over here.
Oh, there's a tracker up there as well.
You got him? Stay up top. I'll handle it down here.
You know what's funny? I never really understood why white people are so angry that they have black people there. Like, brought them here, they don't want them anymore. Like, I don't get it. Like, wait a minute. Like, why I get it that maybe you don't want them around and see identity for a different, but why do you want to kill them? Like, you don't just see a deer and like, oh my goodness, I have to kill that deer. I hate that. Like, there's a story. Like, I don't understand why.
It's just like they represent everything they hate, I guess. Like an outward manifestation of their hatred is tied to black people for some reason. I don't understand. I go into the Bible to try to explain that.
Right?
Yeah, the only thing that explains it. That's the only place you can get an explanation from.
No. Wait, what are you saying?
The Jacob and Esau thing. How Esau, they said Esau will always hate Jacob to the end of the world. Esau will always seek to kill Jacob, even though Jacob. No, they're talking about like going through their ancestors, the people who come later on. Their descendants will be fighting.
The book of Enoch?
No, I'm talking about Maccabees. In the Bible.
Oh, come on, man.
That's the King James version.
Oh man, let's go King James Version.
Matthew.
That's
That's Matthew. That's Matthew.
no man. I know man. Let
It's
me
in
tell you
Matthew
something.
too. I'll put it like this. It's in Matthew too, in the King James version of the Bible. That the descendants
Are we
of
talking about Bible or are we talking
Bible.
about Magi and like
No.
Enoch or
No, I'm talking about the
Okay.
Bible. I'm talking King James version, 1911. King James,
Okay,
the
I'll look that up, but-
the one people, the one when you gotta swear on when you go to the courtrooms. That one. That's the one I'm talking about. They said,
I'll definitely take a look at that.
yeah, they said Esau and his descendants will always have a hatred for Jacob and his descendants. There'll always be trouble between them.
But some people have been telling me, yo, the Bible contradicts itself. Look at the book of Enoch and look at the Genesis. I'm like, wait a minute, let me don't be a retard. Basically, he was telling me like, in the book of Enoch, I read part of it where basically there's gonna be another flood to kill all. I'm like, wait a minute, God said in Genesis that He's not gonna do any other flood because, of course it's gonna contradict itself. You're reading the most retarded things out of. And then
That wouldn't even make sense.
Systematic and let me tell you, people are watching so many of those videos where they try to connect things. I'm just watching that sometimes I'm like, oh man, this is hard. Just think about it this way. People, the majority of people can be manipulated to think into a certain way. Like people that believe in these suicide cults, like hundreds of people dying and believing in this system and all. It's just, I don't know, like, I don't trust people. I don't trust people. Period.
And
Tell me something, I'm like, okay, sounds viable, let me do my research.
The best thing I would say is just look up the story of Esau and Jacob, and it is it goes on to it happens a lot of times in the Bible where it goes back to that. There was a time where the prophets were escaping Jerusalem and they had to pass through this Edomite village, and they're like, all right, we're just passing through so we can get away from the Romans. And the Edomites were like, nah, we're not letting you pass. They're like, what? Like, nah. They met them at the border of their village with weapons out. And they're like, hey, we're just trying to get...
Are you talking about Old Testament?
Yeah, this Old Testament.
You say Romans, or did you say...
It was, they were surrounded... when Jerusalem was sacked by the Romans, I believe. And,
no, man, that's Old Testament. That's New Testament. That's not Old Testament.
Is
remember, the Romans was after. Yeah, remember Matthew. Remember, the Romans came in during the reign of. Remember, the New Testament started around the starting of Jesus. Remember, first there were the kings that were trying to kill all the babies because they had the coming of the Messiah, Zechariah, and then after that was the New Testament. So Romans was after because the reign of Julius was around. Complete. It's the Romans. The only time that I remember where they didn't let the Jews in is when after the exile. They were and they were trying to pass by, and everyone was like, "No, you can't pass by." And I'm like,
yeah, that was the Edomites. That was I believe it was Amalek, the tribe of Amalek that did that.
No, Amalek Abimelech is way farther, and that's the god. That's a little bit farther because remember. First they were on that journey, and in that 40 years before it, they established themselves, and that's when they were started following their idols.
No. Amalek wasn't he wasn't a one they worshipped. It was I know you're talking about Moloch, I think. Amalek was a tribe of Esau, and they Amalek Amalek was the tribe of Esau that took those were the synagogue of Satan. They would call themselves Jews, but they're not.
I don't know about that, but yeah, Molech is right. I know there's Baal, there's Abimelech. They had a couple of names that sounded similar, but yeah, there's
they're all the same at the end of the day. They're all the same at the end of the day. They all do the same shit. They trying to fuck with God's chosen. Yeah, I'm here. At the end of the day, they're all doing the same shit. Being off. Fuck, we can end this if we want. With quest withdrawal, we're at S already. I requested withdrawal. 'Withdrawal. You wanna request withdrawal, Hector? Alright, I'm gonna request withdrawal. 'Withdrawal. You wanna request withdrawal, Hector? Alright, I'm gonna request withdrawal. 'Withdrawal. You wanna request withdrawal, Hector? Alright, I'm gonna request withdrawal. 'Withdrawal. You wanna request withdrawal, Hector? shit's almost dead. There we go. S rank. Fuck yeah, let's see what we get. I got another scrapper vest. Fuck, game.
Broken, sneaking, shoot again.
Oh yeah, another thing you should look into, Toaster, when it comes to Esau are the different nationalities that came from Jacob and Esau, and how they're described through Matthews.
This is the thing. I don't think they had.
Yeah, because they said they're two. They said in Rebecca's room that they were two different types of people, and they'll give birth to two different nations.
Yeah.
But they have a description of the nations.
But that's way back. That's like not even the middle. Judges is around the middle of the Old Testament. Remember, Matthew is all the way New Testament.
Remember, but the New Testament and the Old Testament go off of each other. The precept upon precept, so they go back and forth. So the New Testament will explain something in further detail that happened in the Old Testament. Yeah. So one of the descriptions about the nations that came from Esau is that they dealt more with cliffs and mountains, and that's where their people came from and went to, and that's why a lot of people believe that Caucasians were descendants of Esau, because they came from mountains, the Caucasus Mountains in Russia, and that's how the Bible describes where Esau's descendants went to. While Jacob's descendants were, they liked living in tents and dealing with animals, and being shepherds. They like going in tents and being shepherds, and you see that with you see that today in the cultural.
The mountains are beautiful.
Yeah, and you see that you see that today when you see people like in Jerusalem herding goats, living in tents and being completely content with everything. That's something Jacob did. That was. It is weird. I don't know if you noticed that when they talk about nature versus nurture, how some things you do are actually passed down to you genetically, like little.
Yeah.
Like the little subtle things you do in your life. Yeah, like there's subtle things you do in your life no one taught you. It just was passed down to you. That's what you do.
I wanted to ask you. I kind of forgot. But obviously I'm not a Jew, so I don't have to remember all these things. But the Jews are still supposed to be living in tents, right?
You're supposed, if you're a Hebrew or a Jew, you're supposed to be following the commandments, and you are supposed to worship Christ. He is. You
know, there's Jews that do believe in that Jesus. That's why they have misconception.
There's two.
Not all Jews.
No, there's two different Jews in the world. Those are the ones who follow the Torah, which is the Bible, the Old Testament. Then there are the ones who follow the Talmud, which are written by the same Pharisees Christ spoke against. And the Talmud are the ones that hate Christ. The ones who read the Talmud and practice that.
You know, you want to hear a YouTube video which is so funny? These people went to Jerusalem. They went to the Jordan and other places around the area, and they asked the Jews, do you know who Jesus Christ is? Yeah, he was a good guy, whatever, the typical stuff. He's like, do you believe he was the Messiah? Everybody said no. And why don't you believe that? Because there's a specific in the Torah, it specifically states how the Messiah. There's no specific way how the Messiah looks or acts. But I'm like, wait a minute.
Man, there is.
Zechariah 9:99. He will be mounted on a donkey. There's other ones where he was going to be punished and pierced. There's so many things that describes perfectly, and Jesus like really completed it all.
They said he was the lamb of God, who was the sacrificial lamb of God. That's what they call him. Old Testament. Those guys. Can I tell you the difference between the Old Testament and the Torah? In the Old Testament, you never hear anything about bar mitzvahs. You never hear anything about wearing yarmulkes. You never hear anything about all that other crazy shit they do. That's all in the Talmud. Nowhere in the Bible does it say you don't become a man until you're 12. Where the fuck does it say that? Yeah. I never saw that. No, it never says that. There's no. That's the Talmud. It never says anything about that. God. The second you're in the world and you can understand the word of the Lord, you start teaching, you're a man. You're brought in. You have an understanding of the commandments, you're a man. There's no celebration or ritual to bring you in.
In my opinion, I mean, I'm not trying to make fun of other religions. I really wouldn't say these things, obviously, to people who are Muslims or other people. You get me? It's between us because we talk about it, and But I mean, I think it's retarded people that are believing Muslim. It's just
I'm sorry, Steve. I can't take you seriously with that suit on.
You're gonna have to, bud. This is the suit I want. This is.
Let me tell you, Muhammad married a 9-year-old and consummated the relationship. Oh no, 6 years old, and consummated the relationship at 9 years old, which she had sex with a 9-year-old.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Which is like, it says it right there on the Torah, and there's verses in the Torah where it says women have half the intelligence of a man. We need 2 women to make 1 man, which is like, what the heck? What happened to the wise women in the Bible? What happened to wisdom being like personified as a woman?
They showed it. They showed it in the Bible that like I told you, the head of the woman is the man, and the head of the man is Christ, and the head of Christ is God.
Yeah, but remember, I also showed you verses where it showed that men are not better than women and women are not better than men. But the head of the household is the man because they both have different parts to play. The woman stays in the house, take care of the children, cook to them. You get me? Not that anybody is better than anybody. We were created equally. But you can't say that women are stupid and they have half the intelligence. Like I will
say women. I would say this, and this is something you see in the Bear Grylls show. You ever see that Survivor, man, where they did the Battle of the Sexes, and they separated the men and the women onto different islands, and the women, the first thing the women did when they got to the beach was put on their bikinis and go swimming, while the men like got a fire going and started hunting already.
But you can't say this. I've seen those shows, not always. That's a special. I've seen women where they're like super freaking badass and like they put up the work.
I seen it, but it went differently.
Mostly will be the ones to do that.
The men were surviving on the island like perfectly fine, and the women it became a health risk because they were becoming dehydrated, so they had to send a man over to help them over there, and the women were really upset because it was nature telling them like, listen, you need men around. You need men around. Like the women were like, could barely carry the firewood back without getting ambushed by snakes and freaking out.
It really depends on all women because I've seen like the lives of people in like Georgia and all these, like basically even South America, Central, and all the way east. Man, these women are like these Russian women that you see on these villages.
Yeah. These weren't those women. These weren't those women on that show. These were Western women. These were like Western women.
This Russian old woman, she was like, I think like 50. Bro, she was carrying a freaking log on her shoulder. And she was like just walking around. She's kind of chubby-ish, so she's just walking around, cutting wood. I'm like, damn.
These were
Oh,
like,
women.
you know what kind of women they got? They got these like, you know, the type of women that usually sign up to be on reality TV shows. They got those kind of women in there.
Yeah.
So they were
Of
like, you're
course.
looking at them and you're like, oh god. The second shit starts going
Just
wrong,
stop.
they're just like, "Ah." The woman saw a snake and had a panic attack. And had to be escorted
That's
off.
just,
She had a panic attack and couldn't breathe because she saw she's not a
That's
snake touched
retarded.
her, not a snake bit her. She saw a snake and had a panic attack.
You know, I'm scared for the future for our children. They're gonna grow up in the softest world possible. These kids, you see these kids all fat and like they don't run. All they do is play video games. Man, do a sport, do something. Like I don't get it. Like I really don't get it. Their parents need to put them in a sport, tell them to do something. Man, when they play a sport, I've noticed this in the United States. If they play a sport, they only play one single sport for the rest of their lives. What kind of crap is that?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my
They say
opinion. It's
football. They get them in football and then like
and that's it.
they shit talk all the other sports the kids play. Like I see it with the parents. They're like, nah, don't play that. This
That's
is
so
American.
stupid.
You play with this.
Yeah, no.
And I'm like, damn.
That's retarded. Ugh.
And football's not a really healthy sport for kids either.
Not
With
at
that-
all, bro. I would never put my children in football. I get it if they want to do some flag football and stuff,
Yeah,
but
nah.
man, you're gonna get concussions. It's like the most unhealthy sport. There's no reason to get into it.
They don't live past 50 anyway, man. You ever see that shit? Where it's like they die at age 50, they just keel over one day.
There's like a drawn line. The moment that you turn 50, that's it. They have their party at their funeral. But man, I don't. You know what's also funny? Americans suck at soccer. You know what's funny? They really didn't pass the preliminaries for this FIFA. Like Iceland did. Iceland is like Kiwi's game is that big. They're really that big. In the United States, it's humongous. And they didn't pass the preliminaries. That's sad. That's like, wow, America, you're playing yourself. Like you got here, like Costa Rica, that's like freaking like this, like the Miami-Dade County, and freaking
They won't play for them. You know they won't play for Americans. They'll go back to the home country and play. They're really good. They're like, I'm gonna go play for the home country, for the home team.
Yeah,
Play
they're supposed to. They're not allowed. If they find out that you're playing for a different country,
Yeah, it's over.
you're getting serious trouble.
It's I think in America it's not like a steroid. Like usually a lot of those sports, those guys are all on steroids. There's really no steroid you could take that's gonna make you good at soccer.
Or
You know what I mean?
volleyball.
You know
Or
what I mean?
exactly right.
There's no steroid to take to get good at soccer. Everything else maybe, but not soccer. That's why they're not doing well. Oh man.
I shouldn't have ate that. I should have ate real food. You know what? I still have a time window. Let me prepare something.
Hector, you want to do more extremes, man?
Oh, I had some food here. Oh man, no way. Yep, I'm gonna cook this real quick.
Hey, Hector, are we doing more extremes, bud?
I think, you know.
Oh, yeah. Hey, there's TV in the background, I think.
You know, a lot of people hate British people, like the Scottish, the Irish, Indians. They hate them because of the conquest. That was just funny.
They say they don't. They say oh, what you call it? It was the not only the conquest, but back in the day, like they would, like the British royal family would invite people over and be like, oh, we're gonna have a big dinner. It's gonna be great. And then like the people show up, like yeah, we're gonna have peace negotiations. And the next thing they know, they're being like decapitated in the middle of the fucking town square.
Oh wait, you mean like the Americans or the Indians?
No, it was the royal family in Britain. They would just like guillotine people who were just coming over for peace talks. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Americans are so violent. That's where they got it from.
Yeah.
Americans are a funny race. They take somebody's land, rape their women, put them in a secluded place, then other people come in and they tell them to get the fuck out because this is their country. Like,
They do things that are off, and then if someone else tries to do the same things, they're like, "Oh, you can't do that." No.
bitch, you did the same exact thing, and even worse. Nobody coming here raping nobody, taking nobody's land. They just want to stay here. They want to cooperate. They really came here, massacred, raped everybody, and then took other people and enslaved them.
And then tell them, you can't do it to me. Nope.
No, it was funny. He's like, after taking the other, after doing that same thing that after they took the black, they're like, oh no, we don't need you. Get the fuck out.
Jeez, yeah.
So,
and they break every peace. They hate they break all the peace treaties too. Every time they try to do a peace treaty, they break it like immediately. They're like, okay, no chemical warfare. Then the first thing they start making up are friggin' chemicals to go to war with, mustard gas and shit. They did chemical warfare in Vietnam.
Yeah.
They were Agent Orange. They were dropping on the villages under food and shit.
Banned by the UN.
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore.
They still do it. We have this CDC here in the States where all they do is make chemical agents.
Oh my goodness! You know our scientists are Nazis. You know the one that we literally took the Nazi scientists and we brought them here. Hundreds of them.
Operation Paperclip.
There you go, bro. And you know they were the ones that made the atomic bomb for us, the nuclear bomb, which is like.
There's a scientist, a Nazi scientist called Van Braun, and when he was over there, when he was over there, he was doing human experimentation,
changing eye colors, like putting eyes of animals into children, testing children like twins. It was just
yeah.
Oh, welcome to America, right?
Mad scientists. It's fucked up.
Man, it was sad for the Jews. I don't know how they... Like, Germany should pay homage to Jews and, like, I don't know, do something. Because that was bad. Like, you know, nobody talks about that in Germany. Like, it's like even in video games about Nazis, you're not supposed to have a swastika or anything. They really take that seriously.
Oh, yeah.
They do not play. Like, if you carry that around in Germany, it's over. Like, it's done for you.
They're weird.
Yeah, now the whole world like knows it's like America knows about their past, but they don't give a damn. I'm like, yeah, we did that.
In America, there was a way worse Holocaust than what happened in Germany with the Native American. You can't even call them Africans anymore because I know they're not originally from Africa.
Not all of them are from Africa, but the majority are.
When they sacked, they like that whole area was fucked, and there were people coming from all over. Because even if you go to Africans today, and you talk to them about this stuff, they don't really consider the American slaves to be the same people as them. I think they even have like a slang term for them. I think they call them kata or something.
Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
That's cool.
Oh, did you keep talking?
No, I was done.
Oh, okay.
I figured out how to get into Code Talker's mansion from single player now.
Yeah, I know you spent like a great time that you couldn't get in.
Yeah. Took a while to figure that out. I was like, holy shit. There's like a little cave you have to go into. You can't go through the front door.
Take care.
Oh, what am I doing? I keep forgetting shit in here, man.
Metal Gear 5, I would say, would have been the best Metal Gear ever made if they would have finished it. Fact.
Yeah. I was hoping that I was even hoping they would I think the gameplay for this to where there's a survival thing, yeah, and yeah, it's like this is if those two games were combined, it would be the best game ever. Cause you get cool melees in here. You could
The best of both worlds.
yeah. It actually has an ending.
I mean, the ending for us was extremely
I'll do
good.
what I can.
Like, you find out that the true big boss is you, but it would have been cooler if they would have finished the whole story with Eli and everybody.
Yeah, never finished it and fucking. Then there are parts of it to where it's like it makes you think the guy's still in a coma or something, or you're playing
Right?
like, or you're just a brain in a playing a what you call it, in like some kind of simulation.
Like Metal Gear 2?
Yeah, this one has that too. There are like parts where there's like little Easter eggs where like the game breaks down and does that lale lule lo shit or that shit you
No, it's
made.
because he has what is called not battle shock, not shell shock.
He
Whatever,
has delusions.
PTSD, like
Yeah.
yeah, delusions and PTSD.
Yeah.
Actually, there was a cutscene that was a hidden cutscene where he couldn't figure out which one was who, because he couldn't see, and then he was walking around. That's why when you're in the coma, you're just like passing out, and you see things and you hear things that weren't there. Actually, even the song from what's it called, David Bowie, The Man Who Sold the World, is basically about a guy that pretty much lost his, like Iggy Stardust is the devil. That's pretty much what it's talking about, like his alter ego, and you know, Big Boss has an alter ego, so the game was very well made, very good.
It's just that thing with philanthropist is the thing that's like the stumbling block for me every time. I'm like, what happened to my fucking Metal Gear? How come I didn't get my battle tank Metal Gear that I had this guy working on? Give me my Metal Gears, bitch. I heard Kojima's trying to buy it back too. He's trying to buy the franchise back.
He's gonna do it, but not for now.
Yeah. He wants the He played this game and he wants the franchise back.
He doesn't. We don't know when. Whatchamacallit. You know, I don't know when his new game is gonna come out. I don't know what it's about, but I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah. I really think there's some people on YouTube that think it's actually a game called Metal Gear Zero that he's working on, and it was all this is just a ruse, all this bullshit. It's just him trying to cover the fact that he's been working on another Metal Gear game.
Yeah, that'd be funny, but no. It's a completely different story. He was already
No,
out.
they hired.
Hey,
Yeah.
I gotta go. I'll see you guys in a bit. Give me like 30 minutes. Like, I gotta go.
All right, cool. Actor, you done with Survival? Are you done with Extremes? Hey, Actor, you in single player?
Yeah.
Are you doing any more extremes, or are you just gonna fuck around a single player for now?
I'm still not doing a single player.
Okay, then. Sorry, man. Me and Toast always comes in and has these big discussions.
Yeah, I know.
They gave me another one of these scrapper vests. What the hell? Did you ever see the wolf jacket? Looks pretty cool. Cake made of pie. What? I'm gonna take my son to see that new Avengers movie. I think it came out this week, right?
26th I was told.
What's today? What's today's date?
20th.
Oh, it's supposed to come out this week.
Maybe it's different over there.
Usually when movies come out, it usually gets released over in the UK first before it comes to America. But then again, who knows with these
It
Disney
depends
movies.
on the film, really.
Yeah. I get kind of nervous because I think it might be too many cooks in the kitchen. You know what I mean?
I think they'll work it out.
Yeah. I'm just wondering how they're gonna divide up the screen time between all these characters.
2 films, so it couldn't be that big a thing.
I was always saying it would be hard for them to continue the franchise if Robert Downey Jr. leaves.
they've got a load of new ones coming through, don't they? So
Yeah.
they'll take over.
Maybe they'll just have him do cameos here and there. Oh, what the hell? You know what else is pretty good? It's good that you can always access the you can always access the information you got from playing with people on the the multiplayer mode. I just remembered I was gonna send those guys. I was gonna send those guys a friend request we just did those missions with.
Oh yeah.
They were able to handle themselves pretty well.
Yeah, it was all good. I mean, there's gonna be people out there that can do it, obviously.
Yeah. Trying to make it a habit when I see confident people. Oh, he accepted right away too. I feel like there's something over here. Just fine. Oh yeah, I know where I'm at. Oh, I found a box.
Really?
Yeah. Nameplate Raven Sword. That must be a new one. I don't recall that.
Where was it? In Africa?
It was on the Africa map, yeah. By where you do that one really dig where Salanthropus is when you're trying to pull in Salanthropus. Up on the cliffs behind it by the waterfall.
Oh yeah, there's one at the bottom of the waterfall as well as I recall.
Oh, let me check that one out. I don't think I got the one on the bottom.
And there's one to the right of the teleporter. You know, when you're up on the mountains and looking down at it.
Yeah. Let's see if I can see it from here. Oh, that's not it.
as I recall, you get down to where Philanthropist is. If you walk right up until the waterfall, there's like a load of branches, and it's in the branches.
Let me see. You said there's one underneath the teleporter? How do you get underneath the teleporter?
No, not underneath the teleporter, to the right of the teleporter.
On
You
the
can
base?
see it easy when you.
Oh, I probably already got it.
Yeah, right next to Philanthropist, it's in the mountains. You can't see it unless you're sort of looking down upon it. So you need to climb the mountains and then look down from there.
Oh, shit.
Pretty easy to spot from the mountains.
Okay, I see the one you're talking about. Color variation. Arm equipment, torso. Wonder what color it is.
I've never seen one.
Let's see this one you're talking about over here. Ugly ass vulture.
So many of them birds. I hate them. Like you try and shoot them, and then they land somewhere where you can't get to.
Yeah, I
Like
think I might have already got that one actually.
Probably have. I mean, a lot of them. I'm just figuring stuff out as I go along.
Me too.
Long year hedgehog.
I think I got everything.
There's actually two boxes, you know, before you get to the mansion, you know, when you cross the bridge.
Yeah.
There's one under the bridge, and there's one down at the bottom of the chasm.
It's funny when they talk to you, their lips don't.
Well, thanks to you.
For some reason, when the women talk to me on here, their lips don't move. They're using telepathic communication. Oh, this guy's fucked up over here.
Oh, found another one.
Oh, that's the guy I'm trying to kill. I'm wondering why this guy's all fucked up. There's Whitney Houston. My guy's about to pass out. Drink this spoiled milk. See how far it takes me.
There you go.
Oh wait, did Ah, son of a bitch. I forgot to make an oxygen unit.
What? Cuban box?
Oh wait, that's the new
Thanks for
broad
bringing
over
me
here.
I'm glad I've gained comrades to fight alongside with.
Fuck did you just say to me, bitch?
Thanks for bringing it.
Thank you.
Are you watching Futurama over there, Hector?
Yeah, well, it's on.
Very underrated show.
I thought it was good.
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
The thing is, when they get cancelled, it's like takes a dip, doesn't it? Because they went through that thing where they were just making those made-for-TV episodes.
Yeah.
And,
They had
you know,
they had some good. They had a good run.
well, it did okay, but it's just well, people forget that when they got cancelled, they did those episodes, and it's like, well, they weren't fantastic.
Yeah. The Beastie Boys episode. And they started like adding in new characters. It's always bad when like you miss watching a show for a little while, then you come back to it and you notice they added new people.
Oh yeah. Damn it, go away.
They made me stop from taking your Cupid, bitch. Stop the zombies. Hey, Vista.
What up?
Welcome back. Got an extreme though. I'm over here in single player land real quick. So you said you had 3 more missions? Oh, if you get a staging area going, I'll join you.
Copy that.
You just missed a toaster.
Thank God. You know, I was actually in a party with him
Recently?
probably, what, 3 weeks ago. He said hello to me, I said hello back, and then he instantly left the party. So that's what I think of him.
did Extreme too. We met, there were some good guys in there. Competent. They really liked my gimp suit. He appreciated it. Hector didn't. Hector says he doesn't care much for it, but I don't wear it to please Hector. I wear it to please me.
Well, that's for sure.
A shiny thick bitch.
Yeah. Let me know when you get a staging area up.
Look at that. Just about to load in. Yo, Steve.
What's up?
You know the way you're a Jew, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you call the guy that appears as the Messiah? What do you call that person?
Say that again. Your mic broke out for a second.
What do you call the guy that is your Messiah?
Hamashiach? Yahweh.
Oh.
That's spoken in Paleo Hebrew, not Yiddish.
Right. Yeah. You don't use that Bubba and Zeta, yeah?
The Baba and Zeta. What's that?
Yeah, it's Yiddish for mother and father. You don't speak like that.
No. I don't fuck with that Yiddish shit. That's close to Polish. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's plastic Jew.
Yeah, I do the Paleo the Paleo Hebrew. Yeah, the Paleo Hebrew. What was like the original text, that was the original language of spoken in Jerusalem.
That's weird. Someone said that communism was like a Jewish revolution in disguise. I don't know if you buy into that.
Well, communism would seek to. It's not It might be. It might be with the way, because it's the people who are in that area now, inhabited Israel, they got their homeland from government intervention. So they might seek to impose more government intervention to deal with, daily problems. But I don't really think that's how it works. I don't think you could legislate things like morality or legislate behavior. You can only legislate, you can only have like a code and a rule of law that is beneficial for people. I can't go up to you and say, I think it's wrong to go up to you and tell you what you can do with your property. You know what I mean? That's yours. I shouldn't be able to tell you what you can and can't do with it. It's not right, I don't think.
One God's name you By Allah.
Where my gimp suit, man?
I'm seeing too much neck for my taste, Steve.
There we go.
Yeah, now you just made it even weirder.
Let me get rid of this.
Right.
I want my there it is. I want my combat axe. What's up?
I guess you can choose the mission because I'm down for whatever.
Cool. Hector, you coming back in, bud?
I will do in a bit. I'm just doing this side up.
Copy that. This said he's down for whatever. Let's get it. Let's get it. Get it, bye.
You think Jews would ever be racist and like choosing business partners, Steve?
Oh, of course. I think that would
Really?
happen. Yeah, they would always want you'd always want to nepotism always wins in situations like that. I notice.
Yeah, it's true.
Nepotism's one of those things. It's an ugly beast, but it won't be denied. Its existence will not be denied. It is always there.
Yeah, it's true.
Alright.
Oh boy.
Nepotism always shows its ugly face and every time we try to do something. The funny thing is you see it with kids too. When I would take my child to the park, a lot of times I would see these kids playing, right? And I see like it seems like they all showed up together. They're all brothers or sisters. They're all related. They're all closely related.
Yeah.
And they'll
Whenever
see
you
it.
say brothers and sisters, do you mean black people?
No. I mean like they're each other. They're brothers and sisters. Like a family shows up and all the siblings are
Right.
together, and they're playing in the
Right.
park. And I noticed the brothers and sisters would be cautious with playing with the other kids there. They'd all rather just stick together.
Yeah.
And they'll see the other kids show up, and they'll just kind of be like, "Oh, who's this kid?" but Alex is kind of charismatic. He shows up, and they end up liking him.
Yeah.
He's a
That's
good
the
kid.
that's the wild card is charisma.
Yeah. The funny thing is,
That's important.
you'll see like a brother or a sister playing, and Alex will walk up to him, and then like the brother's like, "Oh no, I'm good," but then like the sister's be like, "Oh, I like him." The brother's like, "What?"
So is Alex mixing all different races then?
Huh?
Is he making friends with all different races?
Oh yeah. Everyone likes Al.
Nice.
Everyone likes Al.
Who's his better?
I noticed one thing though, because Alex, like I told you, he's very fair complected. He's got like curly blonde hair and blue eyes. But I see
Yeah, I think I've seen him.
black
He
girls.
looks so-
Those black
He's
girls
very-
love him. I don't
he's
know what
very-
it is. He likes black girls too, so it's like both ways.
Yeah. I saw some black girls today. I mean, I'm partial to a black girl every now and again. To be honest.
Wow, it's like it has to be like a rare sight in Ireland to see black people.
Yeah, it's becoming less and less rare, you know, the globalization.
Yeah.
But you should see there's a time like 5 miles from where I live, like the town that I live in is pretty much majority white, probably 95% white. But 10 miles up the road, there's a small city that's like, I'd say 80% black and Asian. It's insane.
Oh, Bissa, come here. Look at how the respirator looks with this mask. I want to show you that.
Oh, that's actually creepy as hell.
Right?
You can't see the mask on the inside.
Yeah, right? It fits together too. It's like the same the faceplate's the same color as the respirator mouthpiece. So it matches. Let's see what we're working with on this map.
That just amuses me for some reason.
It's a funny move. He doesn't really trip with me. He just like pushes them into. You can push them into each other. Like I go bowling with them.
It doesn't really seem to make any sense. Like you slap the back of his head and all of a sudden he kicks out in it.
It's not like a slap. It looks like it's a mush. Like he mushes the back of their head like a forceful push on the back of the head.
Yeah.
Let me see again.
You ever hear like you can paralyze the cat by grabbing a part of their neck?
Yeah, it's where the mothers grabbed them.
Yeah. And they just go like completely freeze.
Yeah, that's true. Heal up real quick. There you got him. Go speed up that digger.
Oh, you're already.
I can handle the bottom part. What time is it? I can handle the bottom part if you want to grab the side ops. Oh, wait, I think there's actually an enemy up there. Check.
Okay. Big Mike is in here, Steve.
What? Oh, there's a big
Big
monster?
Mike is inside.
Oh, shit. I forgot. Yeah, he does come in. You hitting him?
I don't really have the firepower.
I think I... Shit, I forgot Big Mouth was in here. I can get him.
Hey, big guy.
You wanna switch? We'll switch spots. You wanna handle the bottom over here?
Yeah, I got it.
I go handle him. Oh, let me grab some of these side ops before I go deal with him. Hector, you coming in, bud? Oh, motor's up.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get some ammo resupplies from here.
These guys hitting for more damage.
No, I think it's if you have double-handed weapons, you can hit them harder. I'll help you out. I'm here. What, I hit the missile already?
Hey? Awesome. That must be a mortar.
Yeah, I hit him. I think I can get him real quick. My mortar's down. Oh shit. He saw me right away. Fuck, I just jumped down. Are you serious? Wow. Hector, we need some help over here.
We're coming, I can see.
getting into. Alright, I'll go deal with Mega Mount.
Funny how you always go on Mega Man.
Looks like a Mega Mount.
It's bigger than big.
I guess it's like a shark when I see him. That's probably what I'm thinking of. Thinking of the shark type.
Yeah.
Land shark. Unheard of.
For Americans anyway. I think the European people will avoid it much longer.
You think about it like I said, nepotism in the end always seems to win out. You always want to see someone similar to you do good. Makes you happy. Good zombies, where are you? Shut up, zombie. These hands.
Cat in our area that just had people.
Oh no. They're gonna be shitting. They're gonna be shitting everywhere. That's mine, that's mine, that's mine.
Funny enough, I never that was the
They bury it, but sometimes depending on the type of soil you have, they might not be able to. Oh, I got a shit ton of these electric.
You see them doing that marking the territory thing with a periodic urine, but never really got it.
They say they use that when they spray their urine, people use that to get high. You get high off cat piss. They spray right in your face and you hallucinate. Yeah, I've heard that. Motherfucker, did he just eat one of these assholes? He ate their assholes. Gave him a little snack. C4. I don't think he wants seconds. No. C4, C4. Oh, shit.
Hey, this is a no mortaring area.
Give me this. He's dead. Got him. On my way back. Actually, I'll get this side off while I'm here. Oh, they're hitting the drill.
Yeah?
Yeah, Walker got up there.
And it's like one guy.
There's always that one.
Got one.
What the hell? Does my fox step not work? I think they nerfed the fox step. Whoa, there's another one.
Oh, shit.
Get your ass over here. Get off of this damn roof. This is my roof, bitch. You get out of here too. I tell you, luchador especial. Oh, there they come. Actually, we keep this area up here free and clear. If you can grab the what you call it, the side ops. I got him.
Yeah, he made it all the way.
Throwing zombies.
Alligator.
That's why I dress like a luchador now. Whoa, whoa, tracker up here. Son of a bitch. Oh. I set him on fire and threw him off a roof. I think he's dead.
Give him the full heretic treatment.
Yeah. Shit, I am.
Oh, that's the
fucked
Bander
up.
car wash song.
Oh yeah.
Bander, one legend. He came to Earth with a simple dream of killing all humans.
Hey, mama, you wanna kill all humans with me?
Hey, six mama, wanna kill all humans? The first 2 or 3 seasons of Futurama were golden.
Yeah, they were. They really were.
Damn.
It was weird because I didn't watch the show for a while. Then I came back and I saw like they added the new characters. They added like the kids, and I was like, ugh,
Yeah.
ruined this show.
Never changed.
This mortar was just like triggered for no reason. Not mortar. Duh. It was triggered like a bitch. It was like, ah. Make sure you get the wormhole sped up. I'll get on this. What the hell?
On that right here. Might need some machine guns in the lobby if you got any.
I got one. I got one machine gun.
Alright.
Mortar's up.
Oh, yeah.
Can you activate interceptor units maybe? Or
Check. Yeah, I've got it. Hopefully that didn't work.
Fucking bitch, zombies, eat it. It was funny because later on she tried to act all cute and innocent. She's like, hi everybody! Thanks for all the support! Like, bitch, I know that's not the real you. You trying to play. I hate when women do that. They do that. Hi everybody, thanks for the support. And where's the real you? I want the real you. That one's more interesting. Not this. Thanks for the support, everyone.
I thought I was shooting a pony boy there for a second.
Don't let Pony Boy hear you. I think Pony Boy was watching too.
They tell me if you're watching.
Shit. There you go, you got him. Yeah. I accidentally put an air cannon up where I should have put a, I should have put a grenade.
You know this area fucking serious, dude?
Yeah, it's really fucked up. Bad news.
There's been a couple of journalists that have gone to, I think they call the place Duma, or something like that.
Fuck, I forget the name. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, or like, they said it wasn't gas, it was just, that, people were into sand to protect the area.
Yeah. They weren't even using they weren't even using chemical weapons, and they acted off of that. And probably started World War III. And Assad's crew over there, they were the only ones actually having any leeway against ISIS. So it's bad. Yeah.
The Western narrative is like, these Middle Easterners are always gassing each other, so
yeah, we actually never even seen them gas each other. They used to say the same shit about Saddam Hussein. They tried to say he had chemical weapons. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's true, yeah. That was immediately. That thing.
They did really good on this one. Oh, network unstable. Alright, we're S ranked. Motor, I can get him.
Only 3.5 minutes away.
Fucking bitch! Ugh! Bitch again.
heard him yelling, you know?
I talked to him the other day, and I said, "Hey, you coming in to do extremes?" And he kind of answered me. He was like, "Extremes?" He didn't know what I was talking about. And then I showed him. Kind of bullshit me. Kind of bullshit me.
Retractor just tried to jump at me, he jumped off the roof.
Are you doing good up there? Let's see what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, they're trying to get through over here.
Play the retractor.
Oh shit.
Coming.
How did they do it?
It probably ran out. Oh shit, I'm coming up.
Given the network of people and that's good,
Maybe someone's defenses went down. Get the... Can I call in Shago Hard? We can't even call in Shago Hard yet. I don't know what's going on. I need my Shago Hard. Look at these zombies trying to get through here. Just line them up. I saw that. Here comes an armored. Oh, damn.
What the fuck hit me?
I have no idea.
I got cruisers.
That was fucking ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, I'm getting fucked up too.
The fucking hit me. Look. No one's hit me, and I've got a fucking limp on now.
You got a gimpy leg.
What the fuck happened?
You got Metal Gear? I don't know. Zombie slapped your ankle. He zapped your he slapped your ankles.
Fucking stupid.
I just got slapped on while I was climbing that fence. My guy just felt like he broke his back. That one's easy. That one's good. What else do I have? Ammo. I need more gestures. Another broken sickle. Battle sickle. You guys were... Oh, this is... You should see what you have now, man. You have to be getting close.
Yeah. I'll check. You know that word goyim, Steve?
Yeah, that's Hebrew for like anything that's a like heathen, outsider, stranger.
Stranger danger.
One of these didn't load in for me. The gadgets, there we go. Got nervous for a second. The gadget one didn't load in.
I wish there was an option just to craft all.
But the thing is, this you gotta realize there are two different types of Jews in the world. There are ones that follow the Old Testament, New Testament, accept Christ. Then you have the ones who follow the Talmud. The Talmud was written by the same Pharisees that, you know, sold out Christ. Those are the ones who hated Christ, the ones who wrote the Talmud. And then the Talmud, that's where you find the things about the yarmulkes and the way you're supposed to treat outsiders, the way they don't have the same rights as you, and you do a bar mitzvah and shit like that. That shit ain't in the Old Testament.
Yeah.
But those are the ones that are very adamant against Christ. They really don't like the personification of him in the Bible. They don't like to see him as they try to say, oh well, a lot of times you see like what the Pharisees would say back in the Bible, where they were like, oh, Christ was he was killed on a cross. You know, if he was the Son of God, he should have been able to, like, I don't know, bench press that shit and get off. But I don't know. But in the Old Testament, they refer to Christ as being the sacrificial lamb. They said God was gonna send the Messiah and he would be a sacrificial lamb. That was the Old Testament. They always said that about him. So it's weird that I don't know where they got the rationale to what they're saying, because what the oldest text I read about the Messiah was he's the Lamb of God.
Mm-hmm.
He fulfilled the whole thing he was supposed to fulfill. Did his job.
There's a part of I think it's Revelation 6 where it's like the lamb as a stand-in for the peasant, you know, the common man. Say that they open the seals of existence or something. You ever hear that? The seals of hell, I guess you could say.
The seals of the scrolls of the apocalypse. Well, the Revelation.
Yeah.
The seals of the Revelation.
Yeah, but Revelation 6:13, it sounds really like a description of a nuclear bomb.
Oh yeah, with they don't call it chariots. I forget what they call it, but it's like spears or arrows.
Yeah. It's really close to that. But then, you know, judging by the fact that America's a heavily Christian culture, it's no surprise that they would have called a nuclear bomb a spear in honor of that.
I mean, the thing is when you look at it, it functions as a spear. If you think about how a spear functions, it's projectile forward, and it has.
I think it's just because of the shape of it.
The shape is a very phallic shape, yeah. Very phallic shape, and even the way they say they would conquer by the sword, the sword. They'll live by the sword.
Sword.
Yeah. But that is how America props itself up, is through military conquest.
Yeah.
And that's how we prop ourselves up over here. Everything is done as a military exercise. Everything we do. So you want to kill some zombies? Yo. But you never asked. Let me just craft some ammo.
So, do you know much about the division between the Ashkenazis and the
Sephardic?
Sephardic?
Yeah, Sephardic are converts. Ashkenazi actually do hail from one tribe of the original seed line of Jacob, but Sephardic are, they're converts. So they're not actually any kind of blood relation to Jacob. which is what is supposed to be. What if you're Hebrew, you're supposed to be able to trace your lineage back to Jacob and all the way. I think it starts with Jacob and goes through King Solomon, King David, Christ. All of them shared that same seed.
Right.
But the Ashkenazi are very. I think the Ashkenazi are very. There's not a lot, and they're just one tribe of Jacob. But most of the people you see are Sephardic. Everyone else is Sephardic. Like you rarely see Ashkenazi. And I kind of think the Ashkenazi are just kept there, just to be like, hey, look, no, we got some Jews. Look, there's some over there. See? But everyone else is good. But it seems like the Sephardic are just like keeping them around. Just like, hey, we need some Jews over here. We can't all be converts and say we're this. But technically, that is exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
I think the reason they kept the Ashkenazi around is because they accepted the Talmud over the Torah. I think I think all the other tribes of Jacob probably rejected the Talmud, and that's why they were sent away when Jerusalem was sacked. Because they said that's what the Pharisees did, is that they sided with Rome. They praised Caesar over Jesus. They saw Caesar as their king instead of Jesus. They accepted Caesar as their king rather than Jesus, I should say. So that's the Pharisees. Then they wrote the Talmud, which pretty much is just like it just kicks in the character of Christ.
So do you wear that little pat on the back of your head?
No, that's people who follow the Talmud. I don't follow the Talmud. That's not in the Old Testament to wear little beanies. That's the Talmud.
Yeah, that would be pretty convenient if you had a balding spot on it.
Yeah, you see, I think they position it on their head perfectly just so they can cover it up. Like, I'm not going bald, I'm Jewish. They're like, what?
That's Jewish people, maybe not.
They're looking at you like, nah, you're going bald. Nah, dude. Alright, I'm ready.
Hold still. I'm trying to see how close I can get without hitting you.
Want me to put an apple on my head?
This is how they do haircuts right now.
It should be. I'd pay money for that. Can you just get knives and just throw it at your head?
I see one practice where they used to set the hair to get rid of dead hair. They would set your they'd bring a flame close to your hair to cut out to cut off the dead parts of it.
Oh yeah.
Flaming comb. You ever see that?
I've seen barbers do that. There's a Turkish barber in my area. They'll use a lighter.
Yeah.
They'll singe hairs inside your ears and shit like that. Yeah.
One mistake. One mistake. Takes one slip up, man.
It'll grow back.
It is pretty effective. Like if you have an open wound and you put fire on it, it's called cauterization, where it just like closes the wound automatically. So if you do it at the tip of a hair, stop it going back longer.
Yeah. Probably singes the split ends too, I would imagine.
I have water to do it.
Yeah. Oh, Hector, look at this. I wanted to show you this before you go up there. Look how the face mask blends in with this mask.
The natural Libre one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like a scary game.
Very intimidating on the battle. I'm a gimp with
He's on
asthma.
oxygen. He's on oxygen. He got choked too much.
Collapse my esophagus. The leash. The leash. The leash.
Keeps the chain around his shoulder as a reminder. Did you ever go in for that X-Men stuff?
Nah. It's a bit much.
It's a bit expensive. I like the sandwiches though.
They press the sandwich with their butt cheeks at the end.
Brings a whole new meaning to the word crumpet.
I'm gonna put a wormhole over here.
Copy that. Need those worms in the map.
How did the defenses look at all these? I'll just check real quick. Take a little
Yeah,
inspection.
we're set. Feel like a fortress here.
Ooh, I like to hear that. Remember, the mortars come in too. Do you need a grenade turret down?
That would be helpful.
Will do, yeah.
Yeah, I'll put one down. Are you
Hey,
done
we
with
got
it?
a straggler here.
Oh yeah, there's always one up there. Sometimes he attacks people when they're on the when they're in their building, in that room over there. So like, who bursts down the door and starts slapping them up. It's pretty funny. Someone would be better. They're like, what the fuck? The iris energy. Oh, sorry. You grab the other one. I'm going to go deal with the monster. Hey, faggot. Ah! Man, appreciate that. Got triggered. Yeah, run after me. Fucking idiot. You're running straight into bullets. Whoa!
RPAO.
Oh yeah, those are the good ones.
We've got a drill on the end of them so we go straight through them. We could probably get them for a sniper rifle as well.
cocked a loogie on me.
You know the one thing that was most shared on the early internet?
Your base arm belong to us or something, I believe. All your base arm belong to us. What was that? Pussy? Penis? I don't know. Dick pics? I would think the most shared thing, the thing I remember when the internet first started, there was this website called Hamster Dance. It was a bunch of GIF files of hamsters dancing on a website. And they used to play a dumb song with it. And like my teacher one day showed me, he was like, oh look, this is what the internet's for. And showed us this. It was a woman teacher too. She's like, look at this funny website, this is the internet. And I looked at it, and like even then I was like, the internet? Can I get porn on it? Like interesting. Is there porn though?
Yeah, that's the most shared thing on the internet. It's kind of like what assisted it spread in the beginning.
Still to this day, I would imagine it's still like the.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, there's a whole industry of just like coccicidal nymphomaniacs. Just everyone knows these whores too. Everyone knows these whores, these internet whores. They can go anywhere and get recognized.
The boss thought she knew how to unify the peoples of the world. Little did she know.
It's porn. It's always porn. It's always gonna be porn. Go to Rome or Greece or Egypt. Look at some of the paintings they did.
Yeah.
Fucking Rule 34 out there. They're like not even hiding it. It's the only way to unify the world. Free porn. Everyone would be there. Everybody. But the funny thing is, they found out when they go to these websites, these aggregated websites, even places where you would think, you know, it's very racial and they're against certain people. Like you'll go to the South over here in America, and like the most looked up porn term is ebony. They want to see that. They want to see black girls.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah, it's interesting that there's every chance that constantly or constantly available access to free porn on the internet is possibly a force for world political stability right now.
Yeah. Because there's an economy to it. People pay for it and people talk on it. There's transactions made. There's communications between people who are viewing it. It's kind of like having like a social club or something. These websites, because people sit there and talking on fucking videos. You see, I don't know if you ever seen it. They're like a video and just people are talking to each other.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, so you know, hey buddy, how you doing? Like they're talking like how we're talking now. They're like, hey, I recognize your name. You uploaded that one video. They're like, yeah, it was good. Like, what's that bitch's name? Like the bitch in the video? Like, no, the bitch in your video.
It's funny because, you know, people can talk about this stuff on the internet, but if you ask someone whether they've watched porn in real life, they're like, oh no, it's not for me.
Yeah, they look at you. They look at you like you got 3 heads. But you do.
It's true.
It is a lie. Everyone looks at it. It's like it's a common human drive, sexuality. So it's weird. It's weird to people are like, no, I don't partake. Like, bitch, everyone does. Everyone does. Everyone's looking at porn.
I don't know. I think there's that propensity in everybody to try and understand like they've done no wrong, you know, they're pure and innocent. That's religion. I'm purer than you. I'm more morally virtuous.
And I remember one time I caught my wife looking at porn. we weren't married yet, and I walked into her room and she's like standing up like on the PlayStation 4 that had a porn site open. She's like, yeah, I was just looking at what you were looking at. I was like, no, I never seen that video. That ain't all my. I never looked at that.
He's standing up looking at it? Damn,
Yeah.
I can never do that. I might have to
Women look at porn differently than men. She was just looking at. I think she was just looking at just the up close one. You know what I mean? Like dick and pussy. I was like, nah. Like, it had sensitive music on it. Yeah. Girl porn. There's quality behind it. When I look at porn, it's like very amateurish. Like motherfuckers are like, you can hear them whispering because they're like people around them. They don't want them to know they're having sex. Like someone has their foot up against the bathroom door so no one walks in. Like, that's my shit.
you like that risky stuff?
Yeah. Oh damn, that fucking armor just handled me.
Like, get the tingles in the back of your neck. That's concentration.
Kinda is.
Dude, now I know what it is. Yeah, penetration of heavily guarded sensitive area.
It is funny, like when you run into Meryl, you're in the woman's restroom, having a very sexual conversation.
Funny, a lot of these things don't really make sense until you apply different ones.
It always seems like that's it's a human drive to always when we make stories up there. They all have like some weird sexual connotation to them, especially like fairy tales. I've noticed.
Yeah, it's true. Like Peter Pan, people use Tinkerbell as like the epitome of femininity, which is what a lot of men use porn for. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I feel she's actually even though I don't got a girlfriend.
Yeah. Still thinking about it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I have no food. Really fucked this in.
I'd be surprised if I didn't use that with you.
Have milk.
They're just all like, you should be ashamed.
Oh no, I got one view. I got one viewer. He's sticking through to the end.
Yeah.
It's Pony probably.
Yeah, it's funny, like, Another Novel 1984 was a bit of an advert for sexual opening. Because, like, the main character, Winston Smith, was living in a very sexually repressed version of Britain, I think it was. And, just like every human energy was subverted to politics, basically, you know, to the party. Government and stuff. Big brother.
Well, it's like
Nobody was
government
allowed
wants
to
to
have.
replace everything. You know, government wants to be the everything to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They want to be
Big
your
Daddy.
parents. Yeah, they want to be your parents. I always thought it was funny that they don't call the government Big Daddy, but they call it Big Brother because it essentially is made up of your peers. They don't really have a excuse to rule over you.
Oh yeah, that's
There's
true.
nothing they could say that were like, this is why I rule over you because of this. Like, no, you have no legitimate claim to do so. So you literally just like, it's just like a big brother you have. Just like, you know, you ever say that to your older brother or older sibling, like, listen, you ain't dad. Why are you telling me this? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's like you know, you're kind of giving your father because it's like there's something wired in your brain. You know, but, I know exactly what you're saying, even though I can't put the words in my
Like overreaching. The overreaching, their authority.
Yeah,
Like that.
like you might accept violence from your father, but you accept violence from a police officer. But,
Yeah, you're like, no, it's like, you can't touch me. What the fuck? And the police think that it should be all right that they could talk to you like a child. And a lot of times they get called out for like, who the fuck are you talking to? Like, it's funny, you see it in a video. Usually they'll say something to someone, I'm like, bitch, who are you talking to? Oh, where the fuck is this other... Oh, he's up there. I get him. Son of a bitch. Get off my grenade turret. I thought they were spawning over there. Wrong area. Sorry, I guess the right. I can make more firing units.
So Pony Boy watches this game while he's in school.
Yeah, and he already got in trouble for it once. He was telling me about it. He was telling me he got in trouble once because he was on this game too late and his mom yelled at him. We were playing with him yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah. Late. But like, you know, he comes in when like my wife and son are home and they're on their Netflix and it's like interrupting the connection.
Yeah.
We were playing with Ingo once. He sounded like he was getting it in with his old lady over there. No, like not in a good way. It was he said, like you heard them talking about something about she was going over to some guy's house. She's like, if you're going, then go. She was like, wait, do you want to come with me? He's like, fuck no. Going over some chicken. Like they were going through one of those conversations, and I was just sitting there like, awkward. Accuse each other of cheating over the mic.
Yeah, there's no one appearing on the other side of the building. What happens if we call Shagger?
It's probably gonna be Ray. Fuck, I'm about to die from hunger. I didn't bring food.
And it's really easy.
For one nickel a day. You feed a big Steve. For life.
You're gonna die from hunger. There should be them carrots out in the field.
I got milk. I'm just drinking a bunch of milk.
Oh yeah, there are black carrots and there's mac seeds.
Yeah, I'll just drink the milk. I don't feel like looking. I don't feel like searching this whole map for blank. I'm dead. I'm dead.
I know where they are.
Where?
Huh?
Where?
Where the mortars spawn, behind where the mortar is spawning.
Okay, gotcha. Oh yeah, I think I know that area. I'll check it out. Can you deal with that mortar there?
Dare you avoid my arrows?
I don't see them. That's fine. Oh, these zombies want to fight? Alright, bring it, zombies. Bitch. Dumb bitch. Yeah, I'm stomping your boy out. What's good? Oh shit. Who went down?
Steve, wormhole. There's a wormhole next to the carrots.
Oh, cool. Oh, they're over here. I'll just go grab them.
And the cat can stuff stuff in your face and come get me.
I'm coming. You gotta heal up. Oh, cool. Thank you, Hector.
Oh, come on.
What happened?
I got slapped around again.
I'm on my way. On my way, Abyssa.
They're gonna have to get the drizzle pretty soon.
On my way to the drizzle. Oh, fuck. Can you get it? I'll go after the mortars.
Oh shit, what's going on?
They're hitting the drill.
Oh, they're tired.
I got them.
It'll be the mortar that won't it?
Yeah. Oh, come. Can you go over there, Hector?
What? Oh.
Coming to help. Ah, there's no wormhole.
Yeah, they destroyed it. But no fact that. That's the remote down.
Watch out. Ooh. Fuck is he?
Where are you going? There he is, he jumped down.
Coming to Bissa. Oh, zombie. Fuck out my roof, bitch. About to get some food from single player real quick. My guy nearly starved to death out here.
Which map do you go to food for?
Oh, I'd go to the farms I have. Go to straight to Mother Base. And cook some goat pizza. Goat cheese pizza. Live very healthy. I come in and shine a flashlight in my crew member's face. Make sure they're not drunk.
If my budding little culture got to the point where it could make pizza, I think I'd be done. There wouldn't be any more development after that. No skyscrapers for you.
Yeah, I wonder why we don't make barracks. We just like sit in tents. I got like a hydroponic farm. It's like an indoor area, but it looks like it could easily have been converted into barracks with bunk beds and shit. And foot lockers.
Yeah. I guess the barracks would be difficult to, well, I guess you could have rooms inside of it.
Yeah. You could put it, what it is, they used to use trailers for it. You can usually just set up a trailer barracks.
Damn, luxurious. Alright, if you're going into single player, I'll take a little 15-minute break.
I'm just getting some food.
Oh, Big Steve's broadcasting?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've been broadcasting. That's how Ponyboy was watching.
Network is unstable.
No.
It's nice that network's unstable. Like, good, this pleases me.
Assigning crew members to units will ensure base camp runs more smoothly. Assign
What's
crew
going on
members
here?
as the
Hopefully these guys
situation
died.
warrants.
Please
Please
die.
take appropriate action, Captain.
They're not dead. Fuck. Stubborn assholes.
So trying to create that female
No,
only.
No, it's not female only. I'm just getting rid of the guys who won't be motivated by normal means. The fuck you want? It's your survival. Be motivated. What's up?
I'm just watching that clip I saved of Hector punching that guy over a railing.
Though recently motivated, would not perform well. Why isn't she performing well? Should put her in food, I
Needs
guess.
motivation.
I'm gonna send her to the wall for a little bit. Put her on wall duty.
Explanation team. I'll be good. I'll be good.
Oh, there's a distress signal over there, but I know it's probably a dude.
You know what's funny about the storytelling in Metal Gear, Steve?
What's that?
That all the heroes and villains were had unique costumes, so it was really easy to tell who was the good and bad guy. We just
It's like
don't
an
get
episode
that
of
in,
G.I. Joe.
in classical literature.
The funny thing was, I think the Gray Fox uniform was very colorful compared to the other everyone else in the game. Have you noticed that? He had a very
Yeah, he was
colorful
kind of
outfit. Yeah.
He sort of had the colors of the American flag almost.
Yeah, it was like orange and blue and gray. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
looked very colorful. Same with
Yeah.
Raiden, not Raiden at first. Raiden later on had a very, like it was a lot of silver, black and gold.
Yeah, his colors were pretty. They were sort of vomity, mucusy,
Yeah,
kind of unnatural.
yeah. The high heels and the hair seemed kind of weird. It was a weird direction.
Well, I guess that just goes along with the contrast that Raiden is like so emasculated in comparison to Snake.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But then again, the act of like a war act they used to do a lot when they would raid a village or an enemy outpost is if they didn't kill you, they would chop off your right arm, or sometimes even
Oh,
castrate you, and that was a form of emasculation.
I have
Where,
something to
where,
ask
where
you.
was that?
Could you please
I think the
listen?
Romans did that. They would
Damn.
chop off genitals, make you a eunuch, or they would just chop off your right arm, and that's supposed to, you know, that ends you.
I have a
Back in the
favor to
day,
ask.
like that's a career-ending move for a soldier to lose your right arm. That's your
Yeah.
that's your blood spilling hand.
Hey, I have a favor to ask. Hear me out?
But it's funny that's what happened with your character in the game. I think he loses his left though. But I
Yeah.
imagine it could be similar, looked at similarly. Like you lost one of your defining body parts you use in soldiering. You lost one of your hands, but you need that for
Yeah.
guns and shit.
Jerking off in the field. Tactical masturbation, they call it.
It's a bad thing to lose. And your eye too with Big Boss. He lost one of his eyes. That's another thing. You'll get disqualified from service for not having. Yeah, you need
No,
like.
it's funny that Big Boss and Ocelot became so close because every time he looks at the guy, he's gonna see the person that shot his eye out. You know.
I think he really doesn't look at. He looks at fighting and loss like I don't think it registers with him fully. The only thing he ever lost that he cared about was the boss. Everything else is just a part of it. He really didn't.
Well, maybe Ocelot's just always standing in his blind spot.
They did have that weird
Stands to
fight.
one side, like, I can't see you enough.
Well, to be honest, like when he lost that one eye, he was really supposed to lose both eyes.
I have something to ask you.
Yeah,
Could you
that's
please
right.
listen?
Remember that?
Yeah, but then because Ocelot made a show of intimidating Eva, then Volgan let it slip
Oh yeah.
because she was like distraught after that.
Because of the he lost Raiden.
No, do you not remember like Ocelot? It seems that Ocelot was trying to distract Volgan by doing
Oh,
the
yeah.
flippy thing with his guns and
Yeah.
pointing it at Eva, and then as a result of an accident during that, he shoots the gun off and hits Snake in the eye, and then she's all crying and stuff, and then
She's like,
Volgan
"Ah."
just lets it slide.
Oh, it's like, oh shit. Good after dinner entertainment right there. I feel fucked up. I put all the women in my base in the kitchen. The food staff has like the most women in it.
Damn, son, you're doing it right, boy.
Yep.
But is the kitchen working efficiently?
Yeah. Very efficiently.
It's the right decision, isn't it? You know, you can't argue with results.
I guess you can't.
Get going.
Who told me to? This guy just told me to get going. Reeve, I will end you.
You know, you could put the women in the development team, but does it come up, you know, full of enthusiasm, but would not work well? You know, right?
Alright, we know where to put them.
Yeah.
Like people keep drinking up all the fucking water.
I looked up that general butt naked you mentioned, Steve.
Oh yeah.
It's funny, they said he was a tribal priest in Liberia.
Yeah.
And he participated in a human sacrifice at age 11. So yeah, that's quite the backstory, huh?
Quite the backstory. He became a pastor now.
Mm. You know, you could say that what woke Big Boss up was a human sacrifice.
And of sorts, yeah.
Of the boss on the world political stage, and that's what made him into a man, so to speak.
Yeah. He saw the act. He saw what it would take, what you have to give. You ever watch that Born Identity movie, the first one? And one of the guys he kills, you don't remember that he killed that sniper in the field, and the sniper looks at him, he's like, man, look what they make you give. And before he dies.
Clive Owen's character. Yeah, that's
was it Clive Owens? Yeah, that scene, yeah. Look what they make you give. And then he just kind of keels over.
Yeah, that's I mean, it's an anti-climactic. No, it's actually very emotionally climactic, that scene.
Yeah, you see it registered with them too, when they were talking.
Yeah.
That was a good movie. I hate, you know what bothers me? Sometimes I think they keep franchises going on for too long.
Yeah, well, you could say that about a religion.
Yeah.
Well, you just look at it when Matt Damon wasn't available for one film, they decided to get a completely new guy and redo the film.
Yeah.
It just shows how much money. I mean, introducing a brand new character, and then surprise, surprise, Matt Damon is available for the next one. We'll have Matt Damon again.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They were trying to do a 007 treatment to the Bourne character, and I don't think it worked well for him. Where they could just they could just have interchangeable men take up the mantle. It's a very character-driven story, though. The Bourne movies. It's not like James Bond is just more like geopolitical. You know, dealing with terrorists, and it could be interchangeable for anything. Like, the Bourne Identity was like about a guy named Jason Bourne at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, James Bond belongs to that era of kind of like the Metal Gear telling where the heroes and the villains are really well demarcated, you know, really well marked out, like their mannerisms and the way they dress and who they're allied to and stuff, you know. Like Bourne was kind of like the enemy is actually the United States government.
Yeah. It was clandestine. It was more clandestine than 007. 007 is just like they go to another country and overthrow a leader, but like Bourne was talking more about like they could just be bad people within your organization doing, you know, shit behind your back.
Yeah, definitely. I think Bourne, like it's more in tune with the post-Cold War zeitgeist, you know. It's like, you know, the bad guys are not so clear anymore.
Yeah, the lines are a little faded.
Yeah,
over time.
I think they said that in Skyfall, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see Skyfall.
Yeah, that was good. Skyfall was good. But they said, like, you know, our enemies used to fly under a flag. Now they're hiding in the shadows and we don't know who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true.
It's even so bad it could be within a. Sometimes you hear about it where it's within a household. You know that show, American Dad. I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys see
Yeah.
that. Oh, so it's a weird. This is a weird way, like direction to go in, but it's like an American Dad, right? So the guy is a pro-American capitalist, and he loves everything to do with America. But when you look at his daughter leans more to socialism, the antithesis of capitalism, and they're sharing a house. So it shows you how it could permeate anywhere. You're nowadays the villain, the bad guys can be anywhere. They can be anyone.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean,
Defense up to me,
like the threat to stability of Western nations right now is it still comes from versions of Marxism. You know, like for instance, the social justice warrior movement is just it's the beginning of the chipping away at the American spirit. You know,
Yeah.
dividing people over over culture and gender and things like that.
It's just the thing that bothers me with them. That it's like the one thing I can never come to terms with is they think they can tell you what you can do with your property.
Yeah.
That bugs the shit out of me. I know it's like I almost sound like one of those guys, but that just bugs the shit out of me. Like you can just go tell someone what to do with their property. It's theirs. They earned it. It's theirs. You shouldn't be able to just be like, you know what? If you want to be a good person, you should give me 10% of that. It seems like the mob. That's some shit the mob would do to you.
Yeah, definitely.
They show up, if you don't want me to call you a racist, give me 10% of your earnings. Like, what? Like, they make these giant leaps on people. Like, the reason...
It's like, call me a racist then.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like, damn, what are you... Like, shit, this is mine. It ain't yours. Get fucked.
Hippies.
Those, yeah, neo-hit. Ugh. Oh, and you ever see how she looks in the American Dad? She looks like a hippie. Like, oh, it's not a good look for a woman.
That's kind of the joke, though, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's a joke. But if you come to the States, it's kind of true. That's exactly what they look like. They're like these college dropouts, vaping and dressing like bums.
Yeah.
telling you, announcing their moral superiority without any evidence of it. You know what I mean? They just kind of show up. They just kind of show up. Meat is murder. You're an animal, and you're looking at them like, what?
I sort of feel sorry for these people because it seems to me that they've gone through an expensive education, and they think that all of it is worthwhile, you know, like like they've been studying under some professor and they thought he was God, you know, and then they come out thinking, wait a minute,
this guy was a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
This guy was just an older version of me.
Yeah. It's like these kids are just coming out trying to justify their educations and finding that society at large are like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about?
You know what's the funniest reality check for them? If you ever get a chance, look this up. It's called Bully Hunters. It was like the newest. See these like, I don't want to call them SJWs or liberals, but these weird kind of I don't know. I don't even want to call them feminists. I don't know what you would call them. These hipsters, fucking kids that get introduced to the real world and think they can change stuff. They try to get into gaming and tell you that tell you what you can and can't do when you're talking to people over the internet. So they started this website called Bully Hunters. So I guess when people are being cyber bullied online, they could call in a bully hunter, and the bully hunter's gonna like have their back without being paid. Without being paid, it's like if you're good at a video game, you could join the bully hunters and register as a bully hunter, and like I guess 12-year-olds would be contacting you to help them kill a guy in Call of Duty or something. And surprisingly, it didn't work out the way they wanted it to, and they just like deleted all traces of it off the internet. And they had like a presentation in front of like a keynote speech, and they were showing how this was gonna work. And one guy like right away looked up the Steam accounts and found out like the whole thing is staged. It wouldn't even make sense because if you're playing an online game, you can't really, if the game's full, you can't call in anyone new, and it's not even guaranteed that that person will join on your team on a lot of these games. Like, I don't know, the whole thing was set up, and they're talking about all that would happen was you would donate money, right? You donate money to this organization. They give you these headphones. So pretty much you're buying headphones from them. They're taking the proceeds and pocketing it and saying you did a good job fighting bullies. It was like, it was all just like a elaborate ruse to get money out of people.
Yeah.
I remember that. It might work for like MMO games and things like that, but
Yeah, I don't even know if it could.
no one would do it.
No one would do it. Like, even if I'm good, I'm not gonna go
I
help
would
some
do it.
fucking noobs. I'm not gonna help no fucking noobs out.
Online bullying, fucking you're playing a video game.
Yeah,
Get
why
over it.
Yeah. Who cares? Who cares?
Trash talking.
Yeah, who cares? Who cares if they were mean to you? And the thing is, this is the thing that was fucked up was they were showing like a skit, and they had this guy talking to this woman, tell her like he's gonna rape her or this and that. Like really vulgar stuff, and I was like, you know what, this is just, it seems like it's just made to make the gaming community look bad, look like a bunch of like backward guys who hate women. At the end of the day, they try to just get some money out of you.
What about bullying though? Like you get these kids going in and the shit at this game, and they're getting fucking blasted because they need to be good at the game, otherwise it affects the team, and that's why they're getting bullied. But it's just like, oh well, no, we need to be nice to these kids. This fucking shit.
Yeah, fuck them kids.
They shouldn't be there. Yeah.
I say that all the time. I'm like, fuck these fucking kids on this game.
Yeah, it's just like, when parents letting the kids play freaking Grand Theft Auto, and they're going, my 9-year-old is getting bullied online because he's bad at this game. It's just like, you let me play Grand Theft Auto. Who's the real villain here?
Yeah. That game is not child friendly.
Mm.
Oh man.